Hey there, today I'm going to be playing catch up a bit and talking about one of my favorite mutant femme fatales with Psylocke. My name is Nate, and welcome to the Gamers Guild. So, between taking a couple of weeks off to get ready for Adepticon, and then coming back from Adepticon with COVID, I have some catching up to do, as well as having ideas for other videos that I'm really excited about, so I'm hoping that as I get back into a more normal workflow and flow of life again, that I'll also be able to talk about everything that I want to, because coming off of Adepticon has me more excited for the hobby than anything else really has in a while, so also, at the end of this video, we will have the giveaway drawing for Tritech, so stay tuned for that as well. With that, I'm going to go ahead and dig into Psylocke. She has the alter ego of Elizabeth Braddock. She has 6 stamina, moves medium, is size 2 for 4 threat. She has 3 physical and energy defense, but has 4 mystic defense. So, nothing crazy here, good or bad, just a pretty standard stat line. Her first attack, though, is something that I have been waiting on for a builder for so very long. Telekinetic Katana has a range of 2, strength of 5, for no power, and for the first builder ever, you can choose if the attack is energy or mystic. It also then has the normal gain power equal to damage dealt, as well as for each wild in the roll, your opponent will lose 1 power before damage is dealt. And while that's good and cool and all that stuff, don't get me wrong, choosing between energy and mystic is the best kind of choice that you're going to get to circumvent just about every kind of defensive tech that you can by being able to pick between those 2 attack types. But I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Her next attack is a Mystic Cybo. It has a range and strength of 4 for no power. It will gain Betsy 1 power, and on a hit, it will trigger Pursuit, which will let her advance short toward the target before damage is dealt. So it isn't guaranteed movement, but the odds are at least in your favor, and the guaranteed power is also something that can be quite useful. Her last attack is Psionic Assault. This mystic attack has a range of 3, strength of 7 for 3 power. There is only 1 ability attached to the attack, and that is a guaranteed stun before damage is dealt, and that's some really good timing for a stun to land on a big attack. She only has 4 superpowers, but each of them are beautiful and elegant in their own right. Her first one is active and costs 2 power. Telekinetic Combat Enhancement, or TCE, lets her advance short. Then additionally, the next time she makes a telekinetic katana attack, you get to add 2 dice to that roll, and this can only be used once per turn. So, all in one nice little bundle package, you get movement, you get to make your builder a 7-dice smack that dodges the majority of defensive tech in the game, all for 2 power. This is a superpower you should try and use every single turn because its value is just too significant to not. Whether for the mobility or for the damage output, 2 power for a short advance is good. 2 power to add 2 dice to an attack is good, just yes. Then for her reactive, we have Telepathic Precognition. It costs X, and says whenever Psylocke is attacking or defending, notably not dodging unfortunately, she can spend any amount of power to reroll that many dice. It is limited to only once per turn, but she just got consistency both on offense and defense. Not that she needed too much help on defense, because her last 2 powers are the wonderful combination of Martial Artist and Stealth. Martial Artists, making it so that Betsy will get to count blanks in her defense rolls against physical and energy attacks that come within range 2, and then Stealth, prohibiting any attacks that come from outside of range 3. Meaning there's really only a 3-inch bubble where Psylocke is vulnerable, leaving her in a really solid spot, especially because anytime she is contesting an objective, anyone else on that point has to be within the Martial Artist range. It is worth mentioning real quick that she only has 1 change on her injured side, and that is her stamina dropping down to 5. So, let's get into her pros and cons, along with some affiliation recommendations. I'm going to do the cons first this time because there are only a couple and I really don't want them to overshadow what she is good at. So, first is the lack of control. For a psychic assassin, not having a short advance on an enemy character, either off of an attack or a superpower, is a bit of a bummer thematically, and also just a bummer to have a 4 threat with no control options. Secondly, for a 4 threat, she is lacking in extra sources of output, either in the damage game or objective areas of the game. There isn't anything to give her multiple attacks like flurry or a beam, there's no throw, there's no dropping objective stuff. However, she is going to be surprisingly tanky with the help of martial artists plus defensive rerolls. I still play Iron Fist in my Web Warriors simply because he becomes so stupid tanky because of Miles' leadership. And while she is going to be a tougher than average 4 threat to bring down, the other thing that is going to be really nice is her average damage output. Let's say on average she is going to have around 3 power either from taking some damage or because she hit someone previously. Whatever the case may be, you are at minimum able to get a free short advance and a 7-die strike with a reroll attached to it. And because of the ability to dodge a lot of the defensive tech out there, let's just say this attack lands on somebody with 3 defense and no additional tech that's going to be able to help them out. You're going to be averaging 3 to 5 damage getting through on that attack about 50% of the time, which is significantly better than a 5-die strike into 3 defense with no modifications on either side. So, all in all, Psylocke is a pretty straightforward character who will punch real well and take a hit better than most at 4 threat. But this also leaves her without much ability to influence the board outside of her 2 actions. If we look at her affiliated homes, we have the X-Men and X-Force. Her spender is good, but I'd rather be spending her power on TCE for the extra movement and dice, so Cyclops doesn't really speak to me here. More rerolls on attacks from X-Force is cool, but, well, if we are just looking for more rerolls, there are better ways to go about it. Which leaves us with X-Men Gold and Storm's Hop leadership. And I think of her affiliated homes and even the potential splash ones, this is where Psylocke shines. First of all, she starts getting auto cover when the enemy is not in martial artist range, so either way, her defense is just going to be really good. Additionally, her round 1 hop shenanigans are also very nice. I used Beast in this example here because he is a prime hop target, but this play also works for the same on any 35mm base character as well. You just need to leave the allied character at that tippy top of range 2 of Psylocke, which still gets them in range of the B and F objectives on the map, and then after the range 1 place, you're easily within range 4 of a central objective or a target who is on a central objective. You then get to Psy Blow for some chip damage, a guaranteed power, and the chance at getting the pursuit trigger to get onto the midline. But regardless of getting the pursuit, you now have the 2 power you need to use TCE to advance short onto the middle line and throw out a 7-die smack. And from there, Psylocke is already on the center line where martial artist and stealth make her an annoying piece to deal with, and she gets off 2 attacks round 1. Yeah, it's going to be fun. As for where she will be a good splash, really anywhere that can get her an extra power turn 1 for her TCE. Whether that is in Humans, Steve's Avengers, or even Brotherhood, it doesn't really matter, but letting her smack the center line for 7 dice round 1 is going to be a nice opening play wherever you can get it from. But that is everything I have for Psylocke. Now for the giveaway drawing from Tritex. Instead of throwing it over to myself like I have been doing, I just did the drawing ahead of time to save a little bit of editing time, and congratulations to Justin O'Brien for our winner for March. So Justin, I'm going to reach out to you on YouTube, or if you see this before I manage to, please email me at the link in the description of the video. As a reminder, anyone who does want to enter, all you need to do to enter for the contest to get an MCP expansion of your choice from Tritex is to be subscribed to the channel and leave a comment on a video that was released in that same month. The more videos you comment on, the more chances you have at winning. So with that, I want to say thanks to the members of the Guild Hall who are supporting the channel and podcast with your contributions and honestly just general support. The number of people that I bumped into at Adepticon that either wanted like to take a picture with me, which is absolutely insane, but just the people who wanted to share their appreciation for what I do here is really cool. And so thank you guys so much for that support. As well, if you want another way to support the channel, not just through Patreon, if you're shopping for your mini stuff online anyways, consider using the Guild's sponsors to support an LGS that hosts game nights and a place to play for their local players. If you shop at Tritex, you can use the code TRITEXGGCP5 at checkout for an extra 5% off, and if you use that on a pre-order item like the Immortal Hulk, who just got revealed to be in Midnight Suns for whatever reason, it'll actually save you a total of 25% off of MRSP, which is fantastic. I will mention that Tritex is still taking their pre-orders for Shatterpoint as well, and you can now use the Tritex GGCP5 code on them because the certain date has passed or whatever it was, but you can get your orders through them. I don't know if they have any Ahsoka promos left, so reach out to them directly through their website and they'll be able to tell you about that. Also, though, if you were in the US, you can head to gamechefs.org and use the code GamersGuild, no spaces, to save an extra 15% off of their already discounted prices, which comes out to a really good bargain on your end. However, I will continue to say if you're shopping from your own LGS, just keep supporting them. We all understand and appreciate that and raising up your own LGS and local scene. So thank you all for watching, and until next time, keep on gaming.